Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the course of complex variables and transform. And this is our lecture number 8, and that will conclude our course before the midterm exam, which is basically related with the complex variables. The course of transformation is basically after midterm lectures. Now the exponential form of the complex function. In the remaining section of this chapter, we will discuss the basic elementary complex functions which are in the exponential form. Here the trigonometric and logarithmic form also. They will be the counterparts to be familiar functions of the calculus. As just like in the simple calculus, here in the complex analysis, some of the terms would be same. So, to which they reduce when z is equals to x is real. When the exponential function in the complex form has only the real part, so they will be reduced to the real functions. They are indispensable throughout the application, and some of them have the interesting properties. Now we begin with one of the most important analytic function of the complex exponential function, e raised to power z, which is also written as exponential of z. This is the exponential form of the complex function, exponential z or e raised to power z. The function of e raised to power z is in terms of real function e raised to power x cos y and sin y. So, exponential complex function e raised to power z is equals to e raised to power x cos y plus iota sin y, or we can say that e raised to power x cos y plus iota e raised to power x sin y. Here e raised to power x cos y is the real part of the function, plus iota sin y e raised to power x is the complex part of the function. This definition is motivated by the fact that e raised to power j extend the real exponential function e raised to power x, just like in the simple calculus. So if it has only the real part, then z is equals to x. Here I will show you with this e raised to power. Here if only z is equals to x, then e raised to power z would be equals to e raised to power x, because cos y equals to 1 and sin y would be equals to 0, so y would be 0, only will have x, so then e raised to power z is equals to e raised to power x. E raised to power z is analytic for all the values of z. The derivative of e raised to power z is also e raised to power z. You can see here first derivative of e raised to power z. So e raised to power x cos y, first derivative with respect to x, so e raised to power x derivative with respect to x is also e raised to power x cos y as it is, because we are treating it as constant. Similarly sin y as constant, so first derivative of e raised to power 6 is x is also e raised to power x. So again the first derivative of e raised to power x is equals to e of x cos y plus iota e of x sin y, which is also equals to e raised to power z. This definition provides the relativity simplification. We can define e raised to power c with the simple familiar series, that is 1 plus x square over 2 factorial plus x cube over 3 factorial plus x4 over 4 factorial plus so on. Now there are some properties of the exponential function, either it is in the real form or in the complex form. So the functional properties are e raised to power z1 plus z2, that is equals to e raised to power z1 multiplied by e raised to power z2. This is holds for z1 is equals to x1 iota y1, z2 is equals to x2 plus iota y2. Here from this equation e1 e2, if we multiply them, e raised to power x1 cos y1 iota sin y1, e raised to power x2 cos y2 iota sin 2, as it is given. So e raised to power x1 x2 we can combine the real part of the function as e raised to power x1 and x2. Also we can combine the cosine and sine part. So the final form will becomes e raised to power x1 plus x2 cos y1 plus y2 plus iota sine y1 y2, which is equals to e raised to power z1 plus z2. An interesting special case when the z1 has only the x part or the real part and the z2 has only the imaginary part or the y part, then e raised to power z would be equals to e raised to power x into e raised to power iota y. Furthermore, for z is equals to I iota, we can have the Euler's formula. E raised to power iota y is equals to cos y plus iota sin y. So the polar form of complex function z is equals to r cos theta plus iota sin theta can now be written as r into e raised to power iota theta, which is basically derived from the exponential function. Here a function is given which is in the exponential form, and we have to write it in the simple exponential form. Here it is e raised to power 1.4 minus 0.6 iota, or we can say that it is e raised to power x minus iota y. So here e raised to power 1.4 is equals to e raised to power, as we expand e raised to power z, that is equals to e raised to power x. So this is the x part. So e raised to power 1.4 cos y, this is basically the y part, cos 0.6 minus iota sine 0.6. So the final answer of the exponential function that have been converted into a linear function is 3.347 minus 2.289 iota. Also we can take the argument of the function, which is basically e raised to power x. So the argument of the function is 4.055. Sorry, this is the determinant, and we can also find the argument, which is basically y over x, there, that is 0.6. So argument is basically the complex part of the function, and here the determinant we have e raised to power x or 1.4, so we can have the determinant of the exponential function. Similarly, an exponential in the form 2 plus iota, that would be equals to e raised to power x or e raised to power 2 cos, here iota is with 1, so cos 1 plus iota sin 1. Similarly, e raised to power 4 minus 1, so 4 minus iota would be e raised to power 4 cos 1 minus sin, because of this, minus iota sin 1. Similarly, e raised to power 2, e raised to power 4 cos square 1 plus sin square 1, that would be equals to e raised to power 6, because cos square 1 plus sin square 1 is equals to 1. Now here is an example, so you can get the idea how you can solve an exponential function. Here an exponential function is given, we have to solve the function e raised to power z is equals to 3 plus 4 iota x plus iota y. Now we have to find out for the values of x and y. First of all, we will take the determinant. E raised to power z determinant is basically e raised to power x. Here e raised to power x, we have to find out the determinant. Determinant, how can you find out the determinant from that? That is 3 square plus 4 square under root, which is equals to 5. So e raised to power x is equals to 5, or x equals to, as e becomes log when it comes from left side to right side, so the x is equals to ln 5. Here the value of x is 1.609, which is the real part. Now, as the exponential function is in the form e raised to power x, I will show you with the help of this pen. E raised to power z is equals to e raised to power, e raised to power x cos y plus iota e raised to power x sin y. Now e raised to power x, we have find out this from the determinant. Here how we have taken the determinant? Determinant is basically 3 square plus 4 square under root. So this is equals to under root 25, which is equals to 5. So as we know that e raised to power z determinant is equals to e raised to power x only. So e raised to power x is equals to 5, and we have taken x on that side, so x is equals to ln 5. So we have find out the value of x, that is 1.104. Now e raised to power x cos y, that is equals to 3 because it is the real part, and e raised to power x sin y, that is basically sin y, that is equals to 4 because that is the imaginary or the iota part, as you can see here. So from this the value of cos y is equals to 0.6, and the value of sin y is basically 0.8. Now we have to find out the value of y. Here we will put the value of cos y in this. Here we have e raised to power x, so we'll put the 5 value here and we'll take the cos inverse, so we can have the value for y. Either we can do this from this equation, or you can find out the value of y from this equation. It is your choice how would you find it out. So the value of y is basically 0.927. From this equation cos y is 0.6, so y is equals to cos inverse 0.6 is equal to 0.927. Similarly, if you want to find out from this equation, in place of e raised to power x, you will have 5. So the final equation is sin y 0.8. So the y is equals to sin inverse 0.8, which is equals to 0.927. So the exponential function is now have been converted into the linear function. So you will have the solution is in the form of z, not in the form of e raised to power z. So z is equals to x plus iota y. Here the value of x is 1.609 plus iota. Here is y 0.927 plus 2n pi, because this is a trivial solution or the infinite solution. It will have many solutions that would be repeated from the distance of 2 pi, because it is an exponential function and it obeys the series as it was discussed here. Here is the expansion, so that is equals to basically 2 pi expansion. So for the answer 1.609 plus 9am, if you write out this answer, your solution is correct. So if you have to be more precise, then you can write this term also with this. Okay, so these are some of the practice questions. Here these questions are in the form e raised to power z. Here e raised to power z is equals to 3 plus pi iota, and you have to convert all these into z. Here we can see that e raised to power z is equals to e raised to power x cos y plus iota sin y. Now first of all we will find out e raised to power z, which is basically equals to the mod e raised to power z of the exponential function. The mod of exponential function is equals to e raised to power x, and that is equals to 3 square for this question, first question, plus the value of iota is 3.14 square whole square under root. Whichever the value comes is basically e raised to power x, any value. So here you can find the x, that is equals to ln of this value. Here you have the answer. Similarly, from this equation you can see that e raised to power x cos y is equals to 3. E raised to power x cos y equals to 3. Now e raised to power x is known, you have to find out y, and 3 is known. You will have this value and then it comes here, and then y is equals to cos inverse this value. Here you will have the value of y. When you have both x and y, you can write them in the linear form, x plus iota y, which is equals to 0. So that is how you will solve all these practice questions. Thank you so much. That was all from the today's lecture. That was related with basically the exponential form of the complex functions, the properties, and how you can find out the solution for the exponential function, and you can convert it into the simple complex function, a simple complex number that is equals to z, that is equals to x plus iota y.